So in this video, I'll be going over exactly how having your online offer, specifically in 2025 and like pretty much the years to come, could be completely life-changing for you. And I want you to realize that because a lot of people are overthinking on how to actually do this, how to actually make it successful, how to market it, that kind of thing. And I'll get into those specific reasons why. But you have to get to a point where you stop overthinking it and you actually go about doing it, right? And by doing that, it's going to completely change your life. And when you have that perspective of being able to, change your life with it, that's when you're going to stop overthinking. And I'll essentially just tell you the points where most people overthink about it and how to overcome those, right? That's going to really help you start the year off strong with being able to do this correctly and be able to have your online offer in 2025. If you don't know what an online offer is, it's basically something that you're packaging up together to be able to help other people online. That's through a program, through a course, through a membership, whatever it is. You're just simply having your own online offer to be able to help people online. So you have to be skilled and that kind of thing, right? So this is exactly what I want to talk about in this video. So are you feeling overwhelmed by launching your online offer? If you're feeling overwhelmed by the idea of actually creating your online offer, I just want to say that you're completely not alone. A lot of people are overthinking about it, and a lot of people have great ideas and have businesses that can make so much money, but they're simply just limiting themselves because they're overthinking about it. Oh, it's not the right time. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to go about it. Well, what if people think about this? And when I do this, it shouldn't be that way, right? You shouldn't be overthinking it that much. You should be just taking the steps to be able to actually do this and at least just see it for yourself, because most of them will work and most of them don't need any money to start. So there really isn't much risk to be able to create one of these online offers, specifically if you have already the attention side of things come in, which I will talk to you about as well. So in this video, I'll break down exactly the common challenges and how to specifically overcome them. So who's this for? It's for any kind of small or large creator. So whether you have a small audience, a large audience, or someone who's skilled or someone that knows I want to do this. Like if you're watching this video and saying I want to actually build my online offer, I know I'm skilled as someone. I know I could help other people out. I want to make a bunch of money doing it as well. This is specifically for you. And maybe you've just been thinking or overthinking about it in the past, right? So if you ever thought about creating an online course, offer, whatever you want to call it, this will help you overcome your doubts and specifically just get started, because it is really just a question of getting started, but being guided properly when getting started as well, and being able to follow the right step by step so you don't fall back into the loop of overthinking about it, right? Super important as well. So why are you overthinking? Here's some common reasons that I found with people I've talked with. Overall, I just know that these are the reasons why people overthink, right? Unknown, right? The whole industry of online education, of online offers, having your own online product, being able to help people out, being a teacher in general is pretty unknown to you. That's scary. That's kind of limiting you back. So that's one of the reasons. It's difficult. You perceive it as very difficult to be able to set everything up, whether that's the content side of things, whether that's the sales funnel side of things, being able to sell people, being able to teach people maybe, is all very difficult to you. And that's kind of linked to being unknown as well. But you think it's difficult, so you kind of don't want to do it. Or you can't see here, but not worth it, right? You're thinking it's not worth it because you're going to spend all these hours. You're going to spend a lot of time being able to do this, maybe a lot of money for some, and it's just not going to be worth it. You're not going to get the reward that you're kind of looking for. You're not getting the results you're looking for, whether it's monetarily or number of people you want to help specifically. It's just not going to be worth it for you, right? Which doesn't happen often, to be quite honest. And you don't know how specifically. This is kind of known. This is kind of linked to the unknown, where you don't necessarily know how you will go about doing the whole process. Because in your mind, it is pretty complicated. Which, to be honest, it's not completely simple. There's a few steps you have to do. So because you don't know how to do them, you have no idea how to execute them. You overthinking about it. Should I really do this? Is it gonna be worth it? And all these kind of four things go together, right? But here's the truth. I'm here to tell you specifically the truth as someone who pretty much works in this industry myself, right? These are all true, but like any other business, you luckily have chosen the easiest one to make money with without any huge upfront investment. If you think about any kind of other business, whether it's a physical business or any kind of tech business or whatever it is, right? Or any kind of online business for that matter, this is probably the easiest one you can do. Obviously, sure, the systems and the steps you have to do are quote unquote complicated if you don't know what you're doing. But in terms of being able to make money online, this is probably the easiest thing you can do. Simply being able to package what you know, be able to help other people with it, right? Obviously, there's so much systems that have to be done to be able to do this properly and specifically make a lot of money. But At the end of the day, it is quite simple. You're just simply packaging out something and being able to help other people with, right? And it's specifically simple if, let's say, you already have the attention side of things covered. That's like the number one thing. And I can get into that maybe in another video as well. But basically, you've chosen and basically the easiest one to go with, right? Why are you getting that feeling of it being difficult, that kind of thing? Well, it feels tough because you've never done it before and you're unsure kind of where to start, even when it comes to the very first steps. Maybe you've already started in the very first steps. Maybe you've got a website. Maybe you've got the content around it. Maybe you've just written down what you exactly want to do, but you still feel overwhelmed with the whole process, right? And you'll maybe look at someone else who is running it, maybe the people in the space that are doing it at the highest level, and it pretty much demotivates you. Like you see all the systems they have, you see all the content they have, the years it took them to do this, and it pretty much demotivates you to be able to get started, right? And that really shouldn't do that. But in reality, it really is just a question of following a step-by-step system, right? Being able to follow a step-by-step system that's proven, that know that, hey, if you're starting at this kind of point, you should do this step, this step, this step, and then you will get to where exactly you want to get to, right? Specifically when it comes to online offers, this is not a generic business step-by-step. This is specifically if you want to start an online offer, right? Just being able to follow that step-by-step is going to be way easier for you to do so, right? So here is essentially what you're overthinking in technical terms, because I don't know where to start. It's unknown. These are all just basic terms, but if you want to dive down to the technical terms of what that looks like, this is exactly it, right? Here they are, the ideation side of things. So being able to come up with what you actually want to help other people with and how that should actually look like is the ideation side of things. But people are kind of unsure, like maybe they're really good at something, but they don't know how they should package it and be able to help it other people with it, right? And then building and packaging kind of ties into that as well. Like how are you able to package everything you know and actually create the product, right? Building and packaging is essentially creating the product on what that should look like, what terms, what kind of subjects should you go over, that kind of thing, right? Marketing side of things, again, something that a lot of people overthink as well. Being able to, yes, you have your product now and it's good and it can help people, but how are you actually able to turn that product and sell it to other people? There's a specific way on different kind of marketing strategies, that kind of thing, and that's what holds back a lot of people as well, right? And the delivery, like yes, you have the product, yes, you've been able to sell it to people, but how do you actually deliver? It's super important. We're not here to be able to take people's money. We're here to actually make an impact and help other people. So how do you make sure you have a good delivery for the product you create? Also super important as well. So I'm kind of going to go over these points now. The ideation side of things, the first step is deciding what exactly your course or your offer will be about. And this should not be complicated. A lot of people overcomplicate this. This really should not, right? Think about the thing that you are known for to be the best at, or that you've had people ask help for. So you probably have that thing in mind, right? Because you've been thinking about doing an online offer that you are really good at. The thing specifically, like what kind of help do you think people need specifically with your kind of skills? And that should be what you're making it about. Like it shouldn't be that complicated. That's exactly what you want to, like what are you best at? Make it about that. Extra tips or ideation, focus on what you can teach that will bring in the most impact. This is something that also people have mistakes with. Let's say you're a full-time artist, right? This is what you do. You paint for a living, whatever. And you've been able to be successful with it, right? Well, you probably think, well, I'm just going to help others with their paintings, right? I'm really good at painting, that kind of thing. But why not help other people with being able to do this full time? I think a lot of people will benefit from being able to get the knowledge that you have to be able to become a full-time artist, way more than maybe just painting. And it's going to create a lot more impact on their lives, becoming a full-time artist rather than just painting better, right? So you have that skills, but it can be taught in different ways. So pick the one that has the most impact for that matter, right? So building and packaging. So the first step to creating an offer where you sell the outcome and not the features. Like you have to create the offer. If you don't know what an offer is, it's basically like a 1 or 2 sentence max proposition for your product, right? It's super important to have, and you have to sell the outcome and not the features. This is like basically sales 101 and marketing 101, but I'll give you an example just so you can have an idea, right? So learn how to capture stunning professional quality photos with just your smartphone, even if you're a complete beginner. Clear, that's exactly what you're going to do to them. Something that's not clear, that a lot of people mistake with is, let's say 12 lessons on composition, lighting, editing, and advanced camera settings, plus 3 bonus editing tutorials. Nobody cares about that red thing. And everybody cares about that green thing and what you're actually going to do for them and what the outcome looks like. Not the features of the product, but the outcome. That's the first thing, so being able to create your offer, right? Continue with building and packaging, then it's about really creating the actual content. But if you are starting out, you don't even need to do this. Like some people think you need to create these hours and hours of videos before you sell something. You do not have to do this, and I will touch on how that looks like. But if you want to do this and you really want to do it the traditional route where you make everything before, then just make a simple layout and structure. Like it's pretty simple. Like break it down into titles on what you know about, put subtitles on. If you need help, go ask ChatGPT. That's your biggest friend, to be able to just exactly structure what you want to do. And then through every point, make a script for it or make bullet points for it and be able to talk to the camera like this with it. It's pretty simple when you think about it, about just the actual structure and layout. But again, yeah, use AI if you want to help with that. It's really going to help you. You can basically just type in what you're good at, what you want to teach others with, and it's going to give you that layout and structure, right? Marketing side of things, right? Like I was saying before, you don't have to wait until your course is fully finished to start marketing. You can validate your idea by talking to your audience beforehand and getting feedback, which will save you time and energy. Before you even launch it, before you even build it, you can specifically talk to either people who are potentially interested or being able to market it before you spend all that time and energy. So the overthinking you're currently doing of it's not worth it, it's not gonna work out. Do the marketing and be able to get in front of people's eyes before you actually build the whole thing out, right? And especially if you have an audience, this is pretty much so easy to do. A few questionnaires, being able to gather information from them before you do it. And that's sort of a form of marketing, right? Continuing with marketing, I'll try to make this as simple as possible for you because, I mean, marketing is pretty broad and you can go in so many directions. And this is not the point of this video, just to get kind of over it on why you're overthinking about marketing. It won't be something you'll be able to figure out in one day. Completely not. It's obviously going to change, that kind of thing. The number one tip I have for you, and if you're able to apply this, then you're pretty much set. The key is learning from people who are successfully marketed from offers and using essentially their strategies for being able to copy what they're currently doing. Whether that's their content, whether that's their sales funnel, whether that's your YouTube videos, whatever it is, being able to look at their strategies and what they're doing, and if you know they have success with it, just simply look at the strategies and see how you can implement them for yourself. That's the easy. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. If you can just look at someone who's doing better or good, and then being able to take the strategies and apply it to yourself, not copy and paste, but you can still copy them a bit. I mean, they're not going to directly find you and that kind of thing. It's pretty easy. It's pretty broad as well, the internet as well. So using the strategies is a good ways to do marketing at the start, right? So the delivery, pretty simple. I've got one slide on this. Stop overcomplicated this as well. Based on your program details, students will have different accesses. Some people just do videos. Some people do calls with them, one-to-one calls, whatever it is. The content you have created is going to be a part of the delivery. The calls that you will establish, if you want to do calls, they're going to have their dates. You're going to set them up. You're going to figure out as you go how often you want to do these calls. You want to do them once a week, twice a week, whatever. Do you want to have one-to-one calls? And then group chats, you pretty much set them up once, keep them active, that kind of thing. So on the delivery side of things, it really should not be too complicated. You're also going to figure things out as you go as well. So that's definitely, again, not something you should overthink about for sure, right? So stop overthinking. That was the whole goal of this video. If you already have expertise and you have an audience, even if it's small or large, doesn't really matter. You have everything you need to succeed. It's just a question of getting started and following that step-by-step system to be able to have your online offer and for it to change your life, right? So don't let overthinking hold you back from building a course or an offer that will help you others and then again help you make income as well. So here's what you can do next after watching this video that I just made. After watching this video, you will probably decide to take action, hopefully, and try to get the motivation and learn everything I've just told you, and being able to overcome them and that kind of thing. You can do that on your own. That will maybe work for some of you, but for most of you, if you've already been overthinking about it, you're just going to get stuck in that and you're going to stay there, right? Or you can follow a step-by-step path while getting hands-on guidance, right? And I say this because this is exactly what I do. And if you're interested in getting that step-by-step path, being able to get that guidance for you to be able to take your online offer, so whatever you know, and then be able to make money with it, help and impact people. This is exactly what I do. So if you'd like to get more information on exactly what I do, you can go to my Instagram and simply write me a message on any questions you may have through there. And we can chat through there and see maybe if you're a good fit to get our help. So let me know if you want to do that. Again, my DMs are open and I'll see you in the next video.